Well, good evening, everyone. I hopefully this is recording correctly because I'm unable to connect to my PC. But comments on the success video, Eric Thomas. OMG, what can I say? That video was amazing, amazing, amazing. I do want to just start off by saying thank you, Mr. King, for sharing that successful video with us. I can see why it encouraged students to come back, encourage students to continue to push forward. He had hit some really, really great major points in the video. How he mentioned in the beginning, it's about digging deep. Sometimes we stay at the top of the surface, but we don't dig deep for what we want. And how we all come from different backgrounds, but we all are the same. But some go deeper than others. I gotta get out the habit of saying but excuse me. But some of the the three main points that he hit, which was have heart, sacrifice, and feeling pain, and elaborating on, having a heart to do anything or to succeed in anything, whether it's, like he said, relationship, work, with your children, just anywhere. You have to have heart to succeed. You have to have heart to move forward. If your heart is not into something, you're not going to continue with it. If your heart is not into it, you're not going to succeed at it. Sacrifice. My most precious one that he said to me was sacrifice. And that's a lot of things that we do not sacrifice for things that we need to sacrifice for, if that made any sense. And I like how he mentioned, put away that phone, put that TV down, don't go to the club, tell your friends or your boyfriends or your husbands or wives, that is not that time. Thanks for calling me, but call me in a couple of more weeks. And that's real, because we're young and we feel like that, okay, I've worked a little bit, I did a few homework, and I'm talking about myself too. Okay, I want to go party, but it's not time to party. You keep saying, and I am myself always say, I want more. I want more. I want more. I want to do more. I want to make more sacrifices. Sorry, yeah, my children's playing with the light. I want to make more sacrifices. But the thing is, I'm not sacrificing enough. I'm not sacrificing my cell phone. Because when it rings, yes, I answer. When somebody say I'm at the door, yeah, I pick up. Or just to go find something to do. I find things to do outside of what I'm really supposed to do. And that leads because I feel like sometimes I'm not good enough. I get frustrated. I'm not smart enough for this class, and we drop out. And that leads to pain. His third one was pain. You have to feel temporary pain. And pain is temporary. For example, death. When people die, we feel sad. We feel like we hate the world. We feel like we want to die at that moment. But then when we reflect back 6 months later and we think about the person, like, oh, I miss them, but we're not in as much pain as we used to be. What once was is no longer. And he also said, make it not only external but internal. And feeding yourself success, feeding yourself knowledge, feeding yourself empowerment, feeding yourself motivation, determination that this is what I'm going to do. And how he used that example of the Google guy. Sometimes, and we do look at situations where we have to do things outside of our normal routine to get where we want to be. How God say, he brought me to the beach, but I'm trying to make money. I'm not trying to swim. But the thing is, you have to do things to get where you want to be. Even if it does not make sense at that time, you have to do it. And that's for myself. I don't put enough sacrifice into the things I want, because I yell all day. I want success. I want success. I want to be powerful. I want to make money. I want to be just 6 figures. I want to do 6 figure. But how do I do that? And my first thing is making sacrifice. I'm always on the go. I'm always busy. Work, school, kids. And then when it's time for me to sit down and do homework, I'll be tired. But like he said, you have to lose sleep. You have to lose 2-3 days of sleep to get to where you want to be. And I love this video. I love it. And I'm actually downloaded it on my computer just to keep this a motivation for me while I'm doing these 2 years, because that's just something I can reflect back on when I feel like I'm ready to give up, when I feel like I'm tired. That's the point. I'm making sacrifices to get what I want. So when I look back 6-7 years later, I can say I was there, and I can be one of Eric Thomas and make a video on how to succeed. And it's just, that was some true motivational things. And my plan of action is to make sacrifices. Like I say, my biggest one is making sacrifices. I have to learn to say no when my ladies call ready to go out. I have to learn to say no when my kids want to do something. I have to learn to say no when my boyfriend called me. I have to learn to put my focus into my schoolwork. How he say, realistically, people put 4.0, 5.0, whatever, and it does not always come out to that reality. And I set myself that. I didn't set myself up for a 4.0, but I told myself I want to make the dean's list. That was my goal, to make the dean's list, to be the best I can be, to become the best I can be, to be the best student I can be. And like you say, use the resources that are around us. And like you say, I don't want the TA. I want the teacher. I say, we paid you. Teach me so I can be where I should be after I graduate. So, yeah, I can go on and on. I'm sorry, it probably sounds like I'm rambling, but that video it was more of a self-reflection that will help me put my plans into action. And sacrifice. It's all about sacrifice. That he hit 3 points, but that sacrifice is the main one, because we young, we hot, we want to experience the world, we want to explore the world, but we can do that once we make all these sacrifices now and get to where we want to be. We don't have to worry about making any more sacrifices, because we did that. Now we get to relax and enjoy. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful video. And I can just say, he didn't hit on too much in the business area in the video, but he used life experience as far as marriage and family not getting married. How it all just relates back to business is you have to just put in the work, put in the sacrifice, put in the pain, put in the tears, put in the days missing sleep, haven't eaten. It's about wanting it and putting your all into it. It's about doing things that you think that makes no sense that leads to it. But do it. Do it. Be successful. Be conscious. And just be aware. And it's just, I don't know, guys. I just really love the video. It just really just opened my eyes to it. And how he say it took him 12 years to get to where he's at. I felt like, I was supposed to get my GED back in 2008 when I had my first child, but I dropped out. But I went back in 2012, 2013, and I studied, and I got my GED. As you can tell, I'm here with you guys right now making the same exact video. But, it's about sacrifices. It's about getting it done. That's what I really wanted, and I really, really wanted it. And I did it. And I got it. And now I'm here. And I'm ready to do the same thing here. I'm ready to put my head underwater and fight for it. I want this success as much as I want it to breathe. And that means making sacrifices. So I hope everyone else had an enjoyment out of that video, because I know I really, really did. And I thank you once again, Mr. King, for sharing that wonderful video with us.